Hey, welcome once again. This is Becker Wozette, and welcome to... No, don't jump! Don't jump! You've got so much to live for! It won't kill him. Anyway, welcome to the new Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth mod 1.20.1, which we have been playing for the last few weeks, and we're going to continue until we've run out of things to do with it at the moment. And we are indeed getting closer to finishing most of what we have intended to do that is not a special project or elements like that. And so this may not be the last episode for a while, but there is things I have to talk about later on, and we'll get to that in a moment. First we put on the iron helmet, and we are now ready to go. Okay, first and foremost, we have an oak fence here. In the last episode, you saw that oak fence. You saw that oak fence had a hobbit attached to it. Well, what happened is that the hobbit seems to have escaped. So this is not a doable thing. But if we can make some name tags, we're going to do name tags on them, and we're going to test that out. We're not going to do that right now. All right, second thing, you can see we finished the floor here. Well, there's more to it than that. We'll get to that in a minute. But we have indeed finished the floor, and we've removed all the trees. And you can see we put trees over there on the hill. All right. Go over here. We're still getting people hanging around here. Not so many, but still doing that. Okay, we've removed a few things. What's that over there? Oh. We've got a lot of extra things. I went to a few places. I noticed a lot of hobbits have extra fishing rods. And I think we don't need any more fishing rods, so I'm going to stop taking those. We also got a lot of extra shears, and we need shears. Well, we normally need shears. I've got a lot of extra stuff, and that's more complicated now. So got some lead, got some silver, but we are still very low on ingots. And I'll explain that later. Speaking of which, take those, and take these. Because we are going to move some stuff, but not all the stuff. But the stuff we are moving is stuff that has to be moved. Okay. And I still got these, haven't been... Alright, we're getting there. Okay, let me look at the name that I put on this. I put a name on this. It's now Fredo Gaggins. I've been putting names for places, but I haven't finished that because I haven't been everywhere yet. Wait, what's that doing like that? Boo! Then you look here, and that's been removed. We got a lot of extra stuff. We've got extra stuff here and there. Tons and tons of extra stuff. And that was interesting. We had a whole bunch of that. Okay, down here we finished all the corridors. I think I've done this. I still haven't decided on the ceiling. We need something really cool for the ceiling. Alright, what we're going to do here is we're going to put stairs going down from here for the next level below. There will be a next level below, and on that level we will put, because I think we might be running out of space for crops. Alright, here's the list of the crops we don't have yet. Flex, tomato, and bell pepper. Here's our horse. We set this up and we got a horse in here. Hooray. It's not the best horse, but it's a good horse. Good is all we really need. I believe I've filled all these up. Now, of course, these are the remaining farmlands for the remaining crops, which I've mentioned we don't have. The flex, the tomatoes, and the bell peppers. We got cows, we got sheep. I've dyed the sheep blue. This is standard stuff. The remaining stuff over there, those are the two remaining farmland bits there. Also empty. Leeks, we got cucumbers, we got onions. I love the onions. It's like periwinkle. Garlic, pipeweed, of course. I'm not growing the pipeweed. I mean, I am growing pipeweed, but I mean, I'm not going to keep growing the pipeweed and keep getting more and more of the stuff because there's no way to trade it in right now. They're debating right now over what we're going to add for traders. Wheat, obviously. Carrots, obviously. Potatoes, obviously. Beetroots. We have gotten beetroots. lettuce, sugarcane, obviously. And we've got space for cacti, but we don't have cacti yet. And then over here we're going to have nether wart. But we have to go back to the overworld and then to the nether to get more of that. We've put a bunch of the storage here. It's mostly just this area is just the blocks and some of the more common blocks. Tons of dirt. Look at all that dirt. That's a lot of dirt. Tons of cobble, gravel, and so on and so forth. Some of these aren't even filled up with 1,000 yet, but you never know. Diphtomen, the new stuff, I got a whole bunch of that. Diphtomen is tough because you have to use an iron pickaxe, and I'm very, very careful and judicious with the iron pickaxe. Only used it 49 times. But how do you get all that if you've got 49? Well, the answer is that you have to do this. Use the vein mining. Ooh, that's weird. Caution, this game has flashing lights. And then over here, we've got some miscellaneous items. Just some junk. I gotta show you how the downstairs looks. But to do that, I gotta go back outside. Now, we weren't planning on doing the downstairs. We weren't planning on doing the next level down. So, as you can see here, it's not ready yet. Let's see, if we left this one pretty much open. I don't really need copper. So, we've got copper ore if we need it, but we're not going crazy for getting some. So I went this way. I may have done this on camera. I've forgotten. We got more glowberries if we need them. We got moss blocks if we need them. I have no idea. Of course, if I break the moss blocks, then I'll be breaking all these. And that might be a problem. I found out that if you break some of the cave mushrooms and such like, that you might not get anything back. I say might because I'm not 100% sure. Is this more? This is more clay. Anyway, yeah, so I don't want to bother with the mushrooms anyway because I think there might be a bug regarding that stuff. So far, so good. I was hoping against hope that there was iron down here, but there is not iron down here. So I was pissed off beyond belief. That happens. How do I get back up? Oh. Okay, put stone there. So it's all in the nature of what has to be done here. Further down. Now this was level 48, and I thought there might be stuff down here where you could find more iron ore. But I haven't done that, and quite honestly, I didn't find any looking around there. My various kinds of stone mycelium and other things, and there wasn't anything. I spent a long time looking. Down here, this is 32. There's nothing here either. That was upsetting. 16, that's where iron traditionally has been, and I've not found any. Do they even have iron ore coming in regular stone? That we could find it and use it and all that? All I know is I could go down there and find nothing down there either. So this has been a huge bother, and I have no idea what we're going to do if we can't find any. Here, pretty soon. Down to level 3. This is just where this was. What we want is 0, which is the other level. And I thought maybe 0 had a lot of iron, and nope, that's not true either. We got lots of tough. If we want tough. Now let me show you tough. I'm not carrying any on me, so I'll have to break one. Okay, so bloop. Here's what you can make with tough. And that's just about it. Tables, stools, and chairs. Now, I like this. I think we're going to make only tough tables, stools, and chairs. Because you can't use tough for anything else. Anything else. So that's a good thing. So when we make the furniture, it'll be made out of tough. This is negative 16. I don't know why I thought there might be something here. But we got a lot of diphtomen, and we can't break it right now. We go down here. This is the key layer. This is the place where you could get all the iron ore, but it's diphtomin iron ore, which means I need an iron pick to get the iron ore. Now, I've reduced the durability requirements for vein mining, so I could mine out a whole bunch of stuff, but it still is using more than I wanted to use. And I have not been getting very much of anything. Really, ugh. See, there you will see, and also there's some there, is Epmosto iron ore, which requires an entirely different kind of pick. Oh, we got some over here. Wait a minute, what we got? Oh, there's some diphtomin iron ore. As you can see, it's just not going to let me mine it with my stone tool, which is a problem because I want to use a stone tool. So let's move this on. Let's get that going. Not fall off. But now I gotta look up there. Alright, that's fine. Let's move down there and get it. But then you find it's not there because it's actually there. You have to jump down. And that's where this is going to come in handy. I don't have a way to get down from this way, but I could go this way. Get down from here. There. And again, like I said, I'm not breaking any mushrooms because they seem to have problems. And of course, further down, you get the stuff you can't break. Now, Epmosto requires a diamond pick, and that really upsets me because I have a diamond pick. I don't even know if we have diamonds down with the Epmosto, so we're gonna work on that. I gotta get the diamond pick out and gonna do some of that later, but we'll do that later on because we still gotta showcase things, how progress has been made in the last few bazillion. Week and a half, or no, it's been a week. I've been through hell this last week. I can't even describe what I've been through. It's that bad. Don't! Ah! Damage! I've been through hell the last week. Two things happened to me. I was ripped off twice by two different people. I don't want to discuss it. That's the worst part about it, is I'm just so seriously... Oh, I got enough. Yeah, wait a minute. We got 16, 32... We can't put all that in there. Wait, 16, 32... That's 48, so we just need 16. There we go, that's enough. No, wait, it's not enough. I just realized that what we have was a mistake. I made a mistake because we're supposed to have 128. We got to put them in groups of 128. And look at all that we still got to do. And we got all these to do. Thick as a brick. Okay, so we need bricks for anything else. Yeah, we still got some of this daub windows and stuff. So what we'll do is we'll just do half of these. And that's how we've been doing it. Okay, so that's everything in this area. Now, today we're going to start working on the second floor. Or rather, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the first floor. And then we're going to start planning for the second floor, which we've already started planning for that. But I've got a number of things to do, a number of places to go. And they got to be done, so we'll get to them as well. I was going to show you around the town. A lot has been done in the town. Yeah, when you've been ripped off and stolen from, you get really raw and you get really, really upset about things, and you find yourself just so angry. You can't function as a human being. You want to murder and stuff. Uh, Fortunately, I don't go around murdering, and I'm also an older man now, so I can no longer do all that murdering that I might have otherwise done, which I fortunately do not go around doing murdering, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things. I'm a very, very upset man after the way I've been treated this last week, and I've been doing everything very easy. All right, here we go. It's nighttime's almost over. You can see the light is turning blue. We can now look around. And we got that stuff. We're going to need that stuff. I don't know why I planted that there. I haven't finished everything, so I'll just show you from the I'll just show you from up there how everything is gone. That's one of the reasons we built the tower, so we could look at the overview of everywhere we've got. We're not going to spend a million years just walking around to various places. Dirt path. We've got dirt paths everywhere, but we haven't got so many buildings. But buildings are next. Okay, I was going to put glowstone here, but I couldn't because then it would stick out more. And so I've decided we're not going to do that, but we put this here. But now we don't have a place to put the description of the name of the tower. The name of the tower is the One Towers. The name of the tower is the One Towers. Last episode I got flack for titling it the One Towers, and they're saying one tower is plural because there's just one. And I'm like, no, it's called the One Towers. That's the name of the tower. Alright, so from up here, I get to show you the land. I decided against having a roof because it caused problems. Alright, now we gotta work on this. Turn this off. Alright, we got it. It's still not daytime yet. It's just becoming... We are using the Bliss shaders. Now, I had switched temporarily to the Photon... Is it Photon or Proton? It's Photon. I had switched to the Photon shaders, but I have switched back because I'm getting better contrast. I'm getting better high contrast with Bliss than with Photon. That's not to say that Photon is a bad shader. It is a very, very good shader, but we need to focus on what we got. All right, here's what we got. There's my base. And today we are going to work on the first floor, which we are pretty much finished. Okay, as you can see in that distance, there's a lighting issue. There have been a few lighting issues, and this is a very minor one, but you can see that there's some chunks are lit differently than other ones, and so this seems to be a bug with Iris. I'm pretty sure it's a bug with Iris. It's not such a bad thing, though. But it is something to focus on. But it doesn't happen anywhere else because we've lit up that area very poorly anyway. And we have to remove those trees. So once we finish the second floor, we could remove those 3 trees there. What's that wood type called again? Anyway, once we've done that, then we just have that pine tree there. I think it's a pine tree. The only trees that are meant to be there are these trees, which are just for the pathway, just decoration for the pathway. And then over there we've got a bunch of birch, which is what we're supposed to be using for our normal wood supply. We'll be removing those too once we have an underground tree farm, which we will have. Probably. Okay. Now, here we go. Oh wait, I pressed screenshot. Blah. Okay. As you can see, we've made a lot more of a space for everything. We've got a number of locations for things. There's pathways here. There's pathways there. These aren't perfect city blocks, but we were intending for them to be perfect. We were just intending for them to be useful, and we've made them useful. Also, I've increased the number of X's for a number of more places to build out to. That's the limit. We're not going to do any more X's after these, unless we find any within the city limits. And we're going to put a wall around this thing. We're going to put a wall around this thing. Okay, so most of our pathways are pretty much like this. You've got it's raised or it's lowered. Here it's raised, and over there it's lowered. And so lowered it does that, and raised it looks like this, and it's terrible. But the idea is that we could perhaps eventually try to smooth out the area. However, we have to remember the fact that we've got property lines. And because there are property lines, we have to try to respect those property lines where possible. We'll be getting rid of extra stone bits that are there's still stone bits all over the place. Now, over there is where the bridge is going to be. And as you can see, we've just dug out some of the stuff. We haven't finished that area that goes out to that, but we've made the path that goes out to that house there, or hole. It's a hobbit hole. Okay, so that's done. That one's been gone out to. That one's been gone out to. We've gone out to a couple in that direction. There's a long pathway that way, and there'll probably be some further. There'll be another street down there. Now this is kind of weird looking. Mr. Complainy, I forgot his name. He's been complaining even more because he's claiming I bisected his property. He doesn't own that property. He doesn't. I don't know why he thought he owned that property, but he doesn't. So there's a property dispute, and as you can see, we haven't even gotten the grass to grow there yet. So that's not finished. Then we've got more pathways out this way. That one goes to a house, and then it just keeps going, and we haven't done that yet. All right. Hasn't gone out to there because we haven't worked out what's going to be in that area. We might not do anything. It depends on where we build the wall. We will build a wall, and we'll probably make it out of diptomen because it's really, really solid block. Or we could use the deep slate. I still am not used to saying deep split. Bleh. There's the it's dirt. It's not grass yet. It's still dirt, so it looks reddish. All right, so that goes there. That goes there. Okay, we've got that going down to there, going down to that guy's property like that. That's the very well worked out situation. We got a nice little stairwell there. This is all his property, so we can't touch that. Okay, then something there. I don't know what was. It's probably just another house. And we're working on some areas beyond that, of course, in that direction. We got a number of houses we're going to build more pathways to. And that's pretty much it. So we're done here. Now we got to go down fast, and then we got to stop before we land so I don't get killed. It's the only way I can be sure of not getting killed. But we're not going to do the bridge this episode, so we'll just start. Yeah, typically this is how this is done. You have a 5 wide area. The three in the middle are the pathway. And then when you get 2 steps down, you do this. You have grass block there, and you put the dirt slabs. We don't have grass slabs. This is not a problem, but they really should do something about that. And what we do also is when we have this, we make sure that this only goes out to here. We don't continue it out here. It has to go down one so that we have this goes out to there. And the idea is to make it clear. We don't want to have too much of a height difference. The height difference is the problem. This is a nice little pathway from the center. This is basically the center of town, but it won't be where we've added the X locations that are over there. The real problem is matching the height. So this is matching height 88. We stand down here, it says 87 because it's 87.9, but it's actually 88. Well, what is it? 0.9? 0.937. All right, fine. So then down there somewhere we got the bridge, or the future bridge, I should say. It's not an actual bridge yet, and so on and so on and so on. So it's really the height differences that are the problem. We go to location A, we say, okay, this is 92, and then we go over there and we say, okay, the location is something else, so we got to have it raise up or lower down, and when we're doing that, we've got to figure out where to put it. This area is wrong. There shouldn't these I should probably remove this level. This should just be flat up here. We will do that. Okay, they haven't been named yet. We will name them right now. If anybody is online right now, you could tell me what you want. What's your name? It's the Barber of Civilian. Okay, that's it. That's it. The Barber. The Barber of Civilian. Thanks. Now this is the one thing I don't like. Is this is here, but this is here. This was a necessity. And it's because I think I decided... No, I'm wrong. That's where the tower is. Okay, but this was decided to be here because it comes out here like this. If we move it over here, then it gets into that. So we might move that. We might move this over a few blocks so as to make that a straight path. And then if we do, we might have to change some of this out. And we could. It's not that big of a deal. Right. And since this goes up, only to have to go back down, we might want to change it around later on. And then down that way is everything else I've already talked about. And we don't need to discuss this at all. And again, as I've said before, this area can also be... can cut some of this stuff down anyway. We don't need extra dirt or grass blocks at the present moment. I would like to set up some grass blocks, though. I need some silk touch. We are not prevented from using enchanting tables, so we could possibly get silk touch. Okay, that's it. And here's the decorative trees, and I don't know if these are the correct height. Okay, so what do we need to do, you might ask? And you would be right. We're waiting for the stone bricks. We're going to make the stone bricks out of these because we're going to use these for flooring, like we have flooring here on the outside. We're not going to have stone bricks for the floor of the second floor, but we haven't worked that out yet because it's going to be wood. Most of the second floor will be wood except for the roof. And I don't know if we're going to do a third floor yet. We haven't worked that out. But we're going to definitely do regular stone bricks. So we got to see what we've got available. Alright, so we got plenty of these. And we'll add some of these because we don't know what we're going to do yet. Alright, so now we put this away. Bloop. 5 means I've been to 5 of those places. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now we gotta just put these in here. Okay, so we need to have... I need to work out how tall this area is. We're at 76, and this goes up to 80, so it should therefore be 4 high. Okay. Sure, why not? All right. excuse me. There's no fishing here. You won't find any water in this area. There's water in the basement, but it's not suitable for fishing. I think they would know that. Well, I would know that. I'm the one who told them so. Oh, I thought it was gonna break. I thought it was gonna break those, but those are slabs. I guess it doesn't do the slabs, so it should be okay then. Good, 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 good. Wait, wrong. Or is it here? No, it's here. Well, trying to remember. That's why I had to do the floor first, obviously. Alright, that's good. Okay. Seems like a bit much there. Okay, so we got this. I've been put through a lot in the last week. I can't even begin to explain how badly everything went. It was horrible. It was horrible. I can't divulge some of the terms of what happened, but it's like being ripped off. It was horrible. I was playing this game just to not think about how bad my situation was. I was worried that I was going to become homeless early. You know, there's one thing you don't want is to become homeless early. Is all I can say. If you're going to become homeless eventually, it's inevitable. That's a horrible thing to happen, but it is a horrible, horrible thing to have to go through. But it's like, I don't know what to say. It's been bothering the hell out of me. Oh, we're done. Okay, so that's it. So, let's see. 4, huh? But then we do this. Oh, we can do this. Okay, good. I wrote a check. I write checks. I'm one of the few people who still write checks. Because I can't pay everything online. Because there are things that if I try to pay them online, then I have to pay fees for those things. Anyway, that's not the problem. So I still have to pay checks sometimes. Yeah, I haven't done this yet because we're going to work on where the ceiling is going to be. We're going to have a pathway going, not a pathway, but an arch going across the top there. And already I need more. Already I need more. So we've got what we need. Let's just go get it. It's over here though. Just logged on Discord now and saw this. I'm watching now. It's not like it's a command. It's not like it's a command performance for watching. You don't have to watch it. But yeah, I can understand how this is. I still am upset about can't make stone bricks any other way than this. But there it is. Came at the end of you saying something about homeless. Well, yeah, see the thing is I'm worried that I'm going to become homeless if I lose all my money. As soon as I lose my money, I could become homeless. Somebody will do something, and you know, so you don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen, and quite frankly, that's just how that is. And And when my money does run out, I will either become homeless or have to starve to death before whatever. But I don't know what will happen or how it will happen. And things have been getting more and more chaotic. You know, first we have the problem with the check. Somebody stole the mail out of the mailbox. A blue mailbox, one of a federally protected thing. So they committed a felony, whoever they were, stealing my check, which I was using to pay a bill. And they did a mobile deposit, which requires a mobile phone. I also don't have a mobile phone. But they did, obviously. And so they took a picture of the check, and then they altered the picture of the check, and they sent that in. And that is what they did. This is pretty good. Maybe I wanted it to be taller. But I haven't worked out what we're going to do on the second floor yet. Did the bank at least get the money back from the incident? I don't know, because they've taken it to their fraud department, and I can't know what they're doing. But if it's anything like what happened last time I was ripped off some years ago, they'll probably do minimal amount of work and then just say, we have not found any evidence of any problem, therefore it went through with no problem. It's not that they're getting their money back. It's that I might not get my money back. And so I have to wait and see what happens. It's to the tune of over $5,000. It's actually more like $4,920 something more dollars than I had intended to pay for my bill. So yeah, there's a lot there. Has to be dealt with, and it will be dealt with. But that was the last time. Since then I've had another thing happen to me. I'm cursed. I've got to be cursed. Thursday. Was it Thursday? It was Thursday. Thursday, I was approached by somebody while I was walking home, and he said, you need work done on your house. Let me show you what's wrong with your house, that you need something done with it. And he started bothering me, and he had a British accent, and that's all I'm going to say about them. And he did point out things that I figured he was probably telling the truth, but at the same time I was like, he's going about it in a funny way. But then he named a quote of $80 for doing the thing that he was talking about. And I was like, oh, this is great. And so I tentatively agreed to it. Because I thought, hey, this isn't going to be very much, it's not going to be very much work. It's going to be a small change. Everything's going to be fine. And he helped out, and this is great. And then, after I agreed to it, we shook hands and he walked off. He said, I'll be in tomorrow. Right? Right? Now, do you see what was wrong with that? He rushed me into saying yes. He rushed me. He yelled. He didn't yell at me, but he was saying, we gotta work. We'll worry about this thing, and you gotta do that thing, and you gotta do these and those. And he was rushing me to having some simple, cheap work done. And it was done. Or rather, it would have been done. But I thought, wait a minute. I've got buyer's remorse. I've got this idea that maybe he's not. Maybe there's something suspicious about the whole thing. I sat there in the living room and I just thought, what happened? What is his name? What's the company he works for? What's their contact? I was like, maybe he's a legitimate operation. Maybe he's actually a working business. And maybe there's no problem there. But it's like, he didn't even bother to give me his card. I have no idea. This looks pretty good. I don't know what we're going to do about this. But let's get our stuff. A classic con technique. Exactly. And I thought, maybe the work he's done is just preliminary. Wait, if I got any dirt, I need more dirt. I don't have any dirt here, though. I put it all downstairs. I got some slabs, but dirt slabs aren't going to turn it. Double dirt slabs are not going to turn into grass blocks. I need to put some grass blocks here. So I thought about it, and I'm like, I can't even contact him to cancel. And so I'm like, I'm going to cancel when they show up. But when are they going to show up? You know, I figured they'll probably start at 7 o'clock. And I thought, that's a bit early. So I thought, okay, they'll probably start at 9 o'clock. And I thought, that's probably still a bit early. But it's still possible. There we go. That is good. I'd like to remove this bed, but that's why we're gonna have a second floor now. All right, what we got here? We've got a whole bunch of beach logs. I need to look and see which kind of beach logs and things are necessary. We got stripped beach logs. We got regular beach logs. We're gonna have a whole bunch of them. And we got beach planks, and so we need to add those as well. We also need, I forgot if we need beach stairs. Okay, what else do we need? We need stone stairs and stone brick stairs. And no, that's it. That's it for now. Okay. Problem. Okay, well, let's put this stuff up here. Let's move this stuff down here. Okay. And also, okay, but why do we have that separated like that? I think this is fine as it is. Because we're going to have something on top of that anyway. And so the idea that we just have a space like that, that is interesting. We'll do that then. Only there's 8 of these. There's 8 of these, and I've only got 7 stone brick stairs. Let's make a few more. Okay, so we got this there. So yeah, what happened was, so he said he'd be out Friday, and so then Friday came along, and I was like, I'm gonna be ready for him. I'm gonna be there when these guys show up, and I'm going to tell him cancel immediately. Oh. Well, wait a minute. That's down to there? Should that be down to there? That shouldn't be down to there, should it? Let me look at this. This is the first one I built. Yeah, we want to have one. We want to have columns like, or not columns, but support beams. Yeah, definitely a support beam issue. So we'll have those ready. So, yeah, so Friday morning came along and he wasn't there. I was like, I thought he'd be up early to get the job done. But damn it, you gotta get up early if you wanna, fool me, is all I can say. Well, I was fooled. And I did say yes. And so I was like, you know, he's going to probably be pissed off at me. And he's probably going to give me a hard time about this. He'll probably say, you agreed to this, and we shook hands, and so we had an agreement, and a verbal agreement is very good, and it's very important, and blah, 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 blah. And I just thought, how am I going to get out of this? So I thought about it, and I had the answer. So sure enough, the two guys showed up, but it was like around 1 o'clock. This is important. The whole of the morning they were not there, as far as I could tell. One of them had an Irish accent, and I don't know who the other one... I didn't hear the other guy say anything. All right, we got that working. Now we got to work out what we're going to do with the these other things. We'll just set this up. All right, beach logs, stripped beach log, and beach planks. All right, that's too much detail, but we might be able to swing it. That is a little better. I think we'll be going with some stripped logs. But then we also got planks. Yeah, I don't like the planks. Don't like the planks at all. Okay, so forget that. Okay, so the middle is going to be the door has to go there, but we've got this above that. Maybe it would be better if we had... Well, we have to have it like this. We have to have this like this because the doorway... The door goes to the second floor. Maybe we could just avoid having a door on the second floor. We gotta have a door here, but if we have it at that level, then you have to crouch to get in. And if we have it on top of this, or something like this, then we're at 81, which is too high up. But maybe from here we could have stairs down behind it. That doesn't seem likely. But we can't lower this, because if we lower this, then it's not going to be 5 wide. It'll only be 3 wide. Because we have to have the room to walk through this. So that can't be down any. But we could have blocks over here. Yeah, we're going to have to do it that way, I think. It's going to have to be done that way. All right, fine. But that means no, can't have that there. That's good, though. But we can't have that there. Well, we could, as you can see, we could do that. But oh yeah, we really want to go up and down that way by crouching. So that's out. But we can definitely. Oops. So he showed up, and the guys showed up. He didn't show up, but the guys showed up, and I told them cancel. Is I want to cancel this job. And they were like, no, they said, ow. No, they said, and so they start trying to do damage control. Like they think that there's something wrong with what's just happened. And they're like, no, you don't have to be scared. You shouldn't be scared. And I was like, what's this about being scared? I didn't say anything. I didn't give a single reason as to why I wanted to cancel. Is that April O'Neil? It's a weird color. By the way, when I was messing with photon shaders, I upped the saturation and it looks really awesome. But the problem is that these shaders are the ones with the correct level of detail over the distance, and that's what I really want. So what are we going to do about this area? Well, what we could do is we can have something like this, and it's okay. All right, so this is where the door is. Should be something like this. There we go. And we could have a light there, I suppose. It's not going to help down here. Could have that if we wanted. That might be okay. Yeah, the beams don't look as strong or powerful this way. And you have it like this. Alright, so now what we do... Oh, wait a minute. This isn't going to work. We got to have it up here. Alright, here we go. Oh, it won't do it. It won't do it that way. All right, well that's fine then. I can make more of them. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, this will have to be a cul-de-sac. So the guy showed up. They're like, wait till he comes, and he'll be here and he'll talk to you about this. And I mean, I know what that means. It means he's going to try and talk me out of it, which I do not agree with, kind of thing. He's going to try and talk me out of it. And I'm like, why is he trying to talk me out of it? Was this right, or were we going to... Alright, now I need somewhere I could get down from here, but let's finish the use of this. Great, that's not going to work. Alright, let's see what we got so far. Yeah. But I'm thinking we're probably going to have an 8x8 space or something. And so this isn't going to be where the whole thing goes. It's an overhang. It's got to be a pretty good overhang, actually. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is the entire overhang. Okay. But we got to have this thing turned around. And I don't have a way to do this properly. So I think we'll just build on that. And then Brum, 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 brum. I'll get this story told eventually. Just can't be told quickly because I'll end up saying the wrong thing, and I don't want to do that. Yep, doing it again. Alright, I'll do it in darkness. I don't care. I gotta get more stone axes anyway. Do it from beneath. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. We may have to put something down here, or we may do something else. We might indent it slightly. The actual indication of what we're going to do is not clear, but this is we have to connect it properly. Is what I'm saying. All right, what do we got here? We've run out. We're going to have to plant more beech wood here. It's just have to get more of the stuff. Hi. Oop. There we go. And that's still got some to do. Let's not bother with that. We got enough. 56 from 3 trees. That's a good enough result for me, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if I'm placing these in the right location, but that's what we got. Okay, so now we got, how many do we got? What did we add to this? Probably wasn't very much. So anyway, the guy showed up and he started trying to dissuade me, and immediately he started looking funny. He started sweating. And I was like, maybe he was on a job earlier that caused sweating. I don't know. Wait, I messed this up, didn't I? No, this goes here. Wait, no. No, I did mess it up. It's there. Let's see. And that's going to be, this is going to be where it comes out in the same space above that space, I think. Okay. Still doing that though. Whoa. Do not want to do that when I'm in the middle of crouching over the edge of something. So anyway, he was trying to get me to switch to yes, it's okay. He thought I was being scared, and I'm like, I'm not being scared. What I am, however, is concerned. There are certainly a number of things certainly a number of things that I'm bothered about, not worried, not scared about. Where did they go? I just want to cancel. And then he starts going on about his reputation. And that's when I realized he's a talker. He's going to try and talk his way out of my saying no. And he has the wrong idea, because he thinks that he can talk himself out of my saying no, but he can't, because he doesn't know why I said no. And he would have to know why I said no in order to understand what the problem was. But I didn't tell him. And so he's thinking all kinds of things, and they're all completely wrong. All of them completely wrong. And it seems like he was scared, I think. So he's going on about how this needs to be done and how that needs to be done, and your roof is going to have all kinds of problems happening, and there's you're going to have to pay a whole bunch of money to get this thing fixed. This corner that we've talked about, that could be done, and this and that and the other. But then you're going to need to have this done. You're going to have that done, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Oh, it does it? What happened to just $80? Now he's going on about this is going to cost. Eventually, you're going to have blah 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 done, and if you don't, it's going to cost you $40,000. $40,000. I don't even have $40,000. He doesn't seem to understand. He's trying to rip us off, or he doesn't seem to understand that I can tell that he's trying to rip me off, kind of thing. Wait, how much do I have? Why do I think I have less than that? He's going on and on about it, and he's like, we could do this, and I'm like, where's the contract? Well, there is no contract. He didn't have a contract. He didn't set up a contract. And that was exactly my problem. Yep. He came to talk to me about the problem. He didn't know what the problem was. Instead of saying, what's the problem? Instead, he's just saying, oh, no, you don't have to be scared at all of anything and this and that. And then he proceeds to try to make me scared. He tells me, this is just something we agreed on. We're going to do this thing. And I'm like, I didn't sign a contract yet. And he's like, well, that's just a formality. I'm like, yes, it is a formality. But it's not a formality that you've done anything about yet. Did it again. I had him on the ropes. That's one way of putting it. I don't know how true that is, but it sure seemed like I had him on the ropes. But he just kept going on about, this is going to cost you $30,000. At the very least, I could do this. If you don't do it, you're going to have serious problems. You've got rats in your... You've got a rat's nest up there in the roof area. There's a thing like this. I've taken 2 rats out, and I gotta go down that way. I've taken 2 rats out and put them in a bucket. I'm like, when did you do that? As soon as your guys showed up with the ladder, I told them not to do anything. He said, oh no, this was earlier. We worked on this earlier. And I was like, I was up since 7 a.m. If a ladder had been placed, I would have heard it. I would have seen it. I would have told your guys to stop. He lied to me. And that was a huge problem. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's a liar. Now, I think we need to put this one like this. I think we need to put it like that. Where's the stripped logs? Here we go. Yeah, that's a little bare. I think this works. Now what we need to do is we need to get a whole bunch of stone tiles and make the floor out of stone tiles. But we can only make the floor out of stone tiles where there's not overhang. Overhang over here, we're gonna have to make it out of wood. But we got over here, we gotta make it out of the bricks. So we'll do that, and this will be easy. Let's go down here. Ta, and I also say da. So we need to make a bunch of stone tiles. Let's see what we got. Oh, it hasn't done any of them yet. It's still doing those. Alright, we're probably going to have to make an extra bunch of them this way then. I need 960 cable. Okay, this is where I need, how many do I need? I need 2, 3, 4. I need 4 hoppers for the for that, and we don't have enough for 4 hoppers. We've got I would need 20 iron. I don't have 20 iron. I've got like 15 iron or something. What are we making here? What? Wait, what happened? Oh! I could go through the hoppers now. Is that a new thing? All right, so we got 16 iron. And what do you get? You get pretty tiresome after a while. And so the guy's going on about all these great deals, and then I just very patiently listened to him. And I decided I'm going to just listen to him. I'm just going to listen to him talk. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm going to just listen to him. And he's going on and on about one thing and then another thing. And I just sit and listen to him talk and talk and talk. And the more he talks, the more he puts his foot in it. And pretty soon that's what happened, is he's put his foot in it. He's said too much. He said he was out earlier, which he couldn't have been, with the ladder. And if they were out earlier with the ladder, why did they leave and then come back with the ladder at 1 p.m.? I can understand going out to lunch. But what, you couldn't have gone out to lunch at 7 o'clock. So I was very angry. And then once I told him, no, we're not going to, he's like, well, you know, I've already done work. And I disagreed with that. I don't think you've done work. You know. And he's like, at the very least, I got to pay my employees. I got to pay my workers at the very least. And at the very least, I've got to do this and that and the other. And I've already bought the materials. I'm like, what materials? You were supposed to fix a little something on the roof. It's not going to cost very much. And I'm like, why did you buy the materials before I signed the contract? Ugh. And so what happened? Well, he didn't. All right, so we got to make a lot of beach planks. Slab planks, too. That's the worst part. So let's see. Let's try this many. Let's just start with that much. All right. Those are growing. We'll need more of those later on. Okay, now this is a problem. It goes lower. It goes lower. It's drooping a little bit. But we can probably just put the slabs underneath it as well. So I guess that's what we'll be doing. I gotta go around this way. Yeah. Finally, he's desperate. He's like, I should get paid for some of the work I did. And I'm like, you didn't do any work. You didn't do any work that was agreed to. And any work that was agreed to was not done because I stopped it. And so finally he's, can't you do anything for me? Like he's begging or something. I was really upset at this point. It's like, resorting to begging, is that the best you could do? That's just a horrible kind of way to treat people like that. And maybe I treated him not too well. And so I was, and he couldn't name an exact figure. Well, I did blah, blah, blah. That costs blah, 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 and that's how much you owe me for the work that was already done. Instead, he's just making up numbers. He's saying, I want my $800. I didn't agree to anything that was $800. Not a single thing. And at another point, he's talking about thousands of dollars. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of money. And he's like, you don't want the city to threaten to sue you for having rats. I don't even know what the city could do if something like that. I don't know what would happen, but I'm pretty sure I've got some legal option that would cost a lot less money. He's going on about he's an exterminator. And then he goes on about how he's going to paint the porch. I'm painting the porch. I'm going to paint the porch, not you. I don't want you to paint my porch. I didn't call on you to paint my porch. If anything, if I wanted anything, I'd want you to do something. What am I doing? I've already done this. I was just so mad at the guy. Yeah, that's outside too, so I'm going to have to do these. Okay, I don't need to do that one. Because we're going to have... No, wait, I have to do something here. If I don't do something here, then you can't walk on it. All right, fine, be that way. He was refusing to leave until he was given something for his time and trouble, and I was prepared for this. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $20 for gas money. He was incensed. He wanted the $80, and I'm like, you didn't do the work. You didn't do the work. I stopped you from doing the work. I don't want to pay you $80 for that. And so he was forced into acknowledging that he wasn't going to get paid for something which I think was just a stepping stone to him doing more work on the house, and which was why I felt like I was being ripped off. And you know what? I was being ripped off. That's it. That's all that it was. I don't even know if he really did work up there. I told them not to do anything. They went up for a free inspection, but that was the whole point. Their free inspection was free, but then everything else they were going to do after that would have cost money. I shouldn't have even given him the $20, but it got him out of my hair and he left. And so now I'm worried that he's going to try and sue me in small claims court. You know, and I'm like, I have to show up in court. This is more annoying than when I had to go to the police station on Tuesday. And I didn't tell you about having to go to the police station on Tuesday yet. you can find it, but you're not going to find out if you join the Mental Block Discord. You're not going to find out about that story because I didn't tell it. I'll tell that story some other time, I think. But right now it's too much. What I've gone through is too much, and I don't want to talk about this any more than is strictly necessary. But I mean, I do have a problem with my house. It is old. There are problems with it. The wood is starting to go bad, and then the roof isn't very good, and so on. And yeah, these are indeed problems. And but there's no money to cover anything. Last year I turned down an offer to completely fix the roof, completely put new tiles in and everything, for a certain sum, which I will not divulge right now. But I turned that down, and I told the guy, you're quoting sums of $30,000 and $40,000, and I turned down a much lower amount than that, because there just wasn't the money. And you know what else I told him? What he was doing was he was deliberately bad-mouthing those guys, and they hadn't done anything wrong. Stepping stone to put you on the hook for a ton of money for work he'll claim he did, and then claim you authorized. Yes, barely, and that was the point. That was why I knew something had to be done, and that's why it was done. But yeah, what a mess that was. What a complete and total cluster of everything possibly bad. Okay, so we gotta see here what we got for space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but then we have rooms that are only 4 wide. And I think that's not right. I think maybe we should have a shorter corridor, maybe only 2 wide, and then we can have a 5 wide rooms in there. I want this to be a double height room. Might not be possible. Don't know yet. So we got this, and then we're going to have this. No, that's not going to work. Because the room's got to be on this side, and then we're going to have rooms on this side. All right, yeah, this isn't... how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? We have to have the corridor out here. Something like that, but then when we get to here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, it sticks out a bit. But that one shouldn't matter too much. The problem is... That's a good church. Give them all the bad name for generations. My grandparents were screwed by contractors who wanted to do work on their own for decades after they were stuck with a nasty patchwork-looking wall in their bedroom due to my grandfather's patching after the contractors tore it up and they never actually completed. Yeah, and that's one of the problems is I could tell it was a scam after he was going on and on about it, and he's trying to do this and that. He jumped. Didn't get killed either. Are you the one who jumped? No. Who's the one who jumped? Is he alive? You're the one who jumped. You took damage. And you go up here and... Well, this is interesting. Didn't take damage that time, but what are you doing this for? What are you... Hello? Look at me when I'm talking to you. Alright, fine. So this is out. We'll break it here. And so we'll have it go out to here like this. But I don't have any stone tile slabs right now. Still waiting on that. But we can have that going in like this. So what we could do, we could have going up this way, stairs to a third floor if we do a third floor. But I'm beginning to think we don't want to have a third floor. Alright, so let's see what we've got for this area here. It's going to be 5x5 areas. Hold on a second. That hobbit's going to get injured on your property, then sue you. Best to kill him now. I haven't built the courthouse yet. And we're going to build a courthouse. Oh, yes, we're going to build a courthouse. In fact, I haven't told you the secret purpose of this map. Is we might, once most of the town is built, we might move the chunks from it onto a future version of the Middle Earth mod, and we'll put it on a server. That's if UVMO allows for it. I don't know what UVMO is going to do. So we haven't worked out those details yet. Okay, so let's see. That's that. So what? Interior walls should not be logs. Interior walls should not be logs. We need the logs. All right, so we're going to have a, maybe it'll be a 5x5 for rooms, or maybe it'll be 5x10. Let's figure this out. Whoa. What? How did that happen? I must have gone down. We're going to need instant replay on that one. All right, so the idea is that we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to fall down that, I can tell you. I see you're building New Detroit for the hobbits and evicting them from your village. I want to get this done before it starts raining, because as soon as it starts kaboom, then I have to put out fires with gasoline. This is a main base, but this is something entirely different. Okay, okay, so what we'll need is the corridor. We're going to come out here, and then we go into the corridor. So these will be where the corridor is entered from that side. Not a problem. So this is the first one. So let's assume, for sake of argument, that it's going to be bigger than 5x5. What would a 5x5 look like? Oh, wait a minute. No, the corridor starts here. Well, I'll get it right eventually. That's where the corridor starts. Okay, so we have, let's say we do 5x5. It's possible. Maybe we could do 5x5. If we can't, what's it look like? That's very small. But we're talking 5 meters by 5 meters. That's 25 square meters. No, we need it to be bigger. Maybe we could do 10 by 10. Some of these are going to be offices anyway. Some of these are going to be offices because we need city offices for various functions and things. And so that's what that's going to be. We're going to have quite a bit of that. So maybe we could do 10 by 10. Some of these could be apartments, and some of these could be... Yeah, this is big enough to be an apartment, I think. And an office would be good. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Wait, no. That one. And that's 13? That's 13, so that's no good. 13, 10, and 10 is 30. Is 33, so we can move everything over by 1. If I got any stone on me, I don't have any regular cobble on me, so grumble, grumble, grumble. All right, but the point is we've got this. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ugh. 10. I screwed that last one up, didn't I? Should be here. Okay, so that's how we got it. We got it all done right. We got room to put the doorway right here for these offices, and then we can and this could go up for that, I guess. Now the problem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more makes 6, but it's not like that here. So we got to work out this side as well, because there will be the sides that don't do the corners. We have to have shorter rooms. So maybe the bigger ones could be offices, and the smaller ones can be apartments or something. Well, let me get on this side so that I know I'm not messing this up for everybody. Everybody. Ba-be-ba-be-ba. How did I do it on that side? Yeah. No. Uh-oh. Double uh-oh. I don't have that ready. I'm going to have to go back, get my miscellaneous tools. Which are up here. They're not up here. That's kind of nice. I think that's kind of nice. Darkness doesn't matter down here, but we'll probably have some stuff hanging from this at some level. If we ever get enough, you know what, iron ingots. I can't tell. Yeah, it's up. It's like that. Okay, well, at least I've figured that out. That's something. Okay, then we gotta blah 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 blah. We haven't put these in yet. Yeah, the moment he started talking about his organization's reputation, that's when I knew something was up, because I hadn't called it into question. In fact, I didn't do very much accusing of the man for having done anything wrong. Which I should have done, but I didn't. And why would I have, you know? He hadn't I had told him not to do the work. So I was furious about that whole thing. Let's see, one here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to measure out the space here. So this is 04 and this is 76. So that's 20, that's a distance of 28. Which means there's 29 here. Now, if we want to break it into 3, then that makes it 27, which means it's 9. 9 is pretty good. So we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And it's still good for a small apartment or something like that. It's that simple. And so we'll probably have... Well, we'll get to that later when we've... All right, so what we need to do now is we need to make the edges. This is going to be 4 high. And I want to see if this is how it should be. And you can just look out like that. Looks good. Looking upwards, no, we don't need to do that. But this is a 3 height. And what we're going to do with the floor above it is going to be... It's going to be the floor. So that's... I think it works. I think this works fine. I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to need to do this. And it's just for the edges. Alright, so this is good. This is good. I'm just saying I don't want to ever have to be ripped off again. And I think I've managed to stop from being ripped off. But that doesn't... I'm still worried he's going to try and sue me in small claims court or something. It is something to be concerned about, is all I can say. Oops. How did that happen? Oh. Yeah, well, this is good. And then the stairwell can just be, nothing there. Okay. That's starting to look like a Lincoln Logs. Uh-oh. I missed one that's out there. Make sure the hearing is on Judge Judy or something. She doesn't do her show anymore. She has another show that has nothing to do with that. Both parties get paid regardless of who wins. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I guess they do get paid. I guess they both get paid. But the thing is, I don't want him to get paid for what he's... Oh, and that's another thing. We could do slabs. We could do sideways slabs. Yeah, wait a minute. Vertical slabs. In the stone cutter, this is wood. The only problem with that, though, is we could maybe make a wall thinner, but you've got the problem of if you've got a thin... Let me try to explain this. Okay, so here's the first problem. Right? So let's say we have walls like that are in. The first problem is that you can't place something on this wall. See? It doesn't even let you put them next to each other like that. So if you are like, okay, let's put a torch on there, can't put a torch on there. Now, we don't need to put torches on these walls, but the point is, if we want to put any kind of decoration at all on this thing, it's not going to be possible. All right? Secondly, that's good. And then you have one here. And you're thinking, this is great because now the corridor could be wider, or we could make the interior more narrow or whatever. But then you get to this, and it's like, if you make it, well, let's, right? Right? So far, so good. But then it's got that little corner thing. So you just say, well, why don't you get a sideways stairs? Well, they're not going to add sideways stairs. There's been a big question about that on the forum, and they're just not. The thing is, though, I don't want to have a 2.5 wide corridor, and I don't want to have a merely... And so I'd probably want to move this on this side. But then this would stick out even more. But this is better for doors. But then you can't decorate the interior. But that's not such a bad thing, I guess. And I will say one thing. Ooh, what did I just do? That's possible. Yeah, I'm thinking this is pretty good. But we do have a problem with this because the double door has to go out to there, and then this has to come out flush with this corridor. And to do that means it has to be out to there, but then we have to have the wall going all the way in, so this has to be a full block. That cannot be avoided. Other than that, it's pretty good, though. As is, we're approaching the 2-hour mark and we're doing this. And, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize I pressed the wrong button again. Yeah, all right. This is good. Now, the thing about these corners is, because that makes this narrower than that, because of that, the wider ones have to line up on both sides symmetrically, which means that we have to have this corner room be north-south, and all of the corner rooms, therefore, have to be north-south. It's not impossible, so we've got ourselves the idea of what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. All right. Okay, we are getting We are getting the progress made. Are we going to do a third floor? I don't know. If we've got 6 rooms at each corner, and that's the exterior rooms. We've still got like 2 interior rooms. In fact, that's what we should focus on right now, is the interior rooms. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14. We could either do 14 or we could do two sixes, or a 6 and a 7. I don't know. This is starting to get rather problematic. Since we're going to put glass here anyway, I think. But I haven't worked out what the glass pattern is going to be or anything. And this is another office, so we can't have that there, so we'll just do this. Oh, crap. But we'll be able to see the corridor through there anyway. Now, what the hell was I talking about? Let's see, is this 3? Yeah, this is 3 height. And the rest can just be glass. I haven't decided what we're going to do for colors for glass yet. And the reason I haven't yet decided is because I don't know how much we're going to need. We've got tons of sand, we got tons of glass possible, but what we don't have is tons and tons of the things that add colors. I don't even have any cacti. I'm thinking, can we look for cacti yet? Let's get the map out. We'd have to go to a desert, and I don't know where there's a desert. Here, I suppose. Do I want to go all the way down there? Where is there? It's in the lower area, which means it's all the way down to the 90,000s. That's too far. Oh wait, but I'm looking for cacti. I don't know where else we might find it. Questions, of which I don't have answers yet. Well, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Alright. So there's all that. Whew. I gotta go this way. No cacti. So it can't get green that way. Don't have any jungle logs. Jungle, whatever they are. Oh, no, wait. I do, actually. I do, actually. Hold on. No, I don't. Okay, then. Yeah, we need 2 floors. We need 2 floors like this. If we just have the 1 floor, it's no good because it's just too narrow a thing. So we gotta have a second. We gotta have another floor above that. So we gotta work on that. figure out where we're going to put that second floor. Where are we going to put the next set of stairs? Well, I think the answer has something to do with this. We've got a space here. And so what we could do is we could set up to a third floor through this thing. Up on that side. So we don't have to worry about any space taken up over here. So this is fine. Okay, good. Goodity good. Alright, so... need to take more of these babies. Rip. And that should be enough for what we want to do. All right. Yeah, the other story about the check problem, that's going to have to be told in the future. But I got ripped off, basically. $5,000. But there was just all that stuff that had to be done to try to fix that is what the problem was. It was... It's all one big disaster, and I don't know what's going to happen to me next. There's going to be a next, and I don't like that there's going to be a next. It'll either be a follow-up to something, or it'll be something new, and I just hate that. People have been preying on me too much lately, and I'm just so frustrated because there's nothing I can do. The ultimate straw was when that worker, that guy who was managing the whole thing, or trying to manage the whole thing, and pissing me off in the process. He said something that really pissed me off, and the worst thing is I can't tell you about it. I can't tell you about it at all. It was terrible. And when he said that, that was the last straw, and I just said, get out. Get out. I don't want to talk to you ever again. Anyway, that's why I've been away for a week. And I don't want to ever have to go through with that again. Nobody should ever have to make a man go through stuff like that at that kind of level. It's just wrong. All right. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. No, this is okay. But now I gotta get back this way. How to avoid getting ripped off? I wish I knew. I almost did. Nobody should have to avoid getting ripped off. I mean, nobody should have to get ripped off. Nobody should have to deal with that kind of thing. And then having to try to recover the money. If only he hadn't demonstrated that he wasn't on the up and up by not dealing with a contract. Then I might have, if he'd sent me a contract, I might have said, sure, it's just for the $80, just for that work. But the thing was, I didn't have any money on hand. See, the problem was the checks. I don't carry that much cash in the house. And there was a reason for that, but I have to explain that some other time. But he didn't know that, and I couldn't pay him right then and there. Much though I wanted for him to do the work, there was a problem, and I knew he wasn't on the up and up. Once I realized that, then I didn't want him to do any work at all for me. There we go. But I couldn't pay by check because I was waiting for an order of checks to arrive, and that was the problem. So it was because I didn't have any checks to pay him that I wasn't going to pay him by cash, because I don't know if I was going to get a receipt. He might claim he had not been paid. And so because I didn't have checks, I realized I was going to have to delay the whole thing. And it was because I wanted it delayed. I need a lot more than this. I'm going to have to do the whole thing. That's probably still not enough. Yeah. Well, I wasn't angry at him at first, but it's once he started acting funny, that's when I knew something was wrong. So it's just because I have to talk about the check thing next time, though. I just don't have time to do it. It's almost the 2-hour mark, and I'm going to end this early because I'm still weary after all that gabbing with that guy. That guy talked my ear off, and he wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. And there's one thing I hate. It's a fast talker. Absolutely hate it, because I'm a slow talker, and the reason I'm a slow talker is because I can't always get the words out right, and sometimes I say the wrong thing, and so I have to make sure I say the right thing, and to do that I have to think, and sometimes I have to think. Just the word don't want to come out. It's still not enough, is this? But I don't have to talk about this anymore. I'm really worried that I'm going to get some terrible scam. Somebody tries to scam me, or somebody tries to beat me up or something. Or something is going to happen tomorrow while I'm out. And I'm very, very bothered by this whole thing because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And we've run out. Good. I'm getting the sense it's going to start raining pretty soon, so I'm going to have to... Where'd the... oh, it's over here. It's on the other side of the wall. Oh, it's on the outside? We could use a torch over here. Yeah, instead of having something hanging, lanterns hanging from there, we could maybe put something hanging... That's a question. Glowstone. Glowstone. We've got some glowstone here. Glowstone clusters. Now the question is, can we turn this into anything? Redstone lamps. Yeah. glowstone blocks. But is there a way we could get this to be... No. No. Maybe we could turn this into something that we can make... No, it's not going to work. I was hoping that we could, like, have something like a lamp or lantern, but to make a but I don't want to deal with iron to do this, because iron is in short supply, and I don't want to have to go back to the overworld right now. Yeah. All right, so we gotta hurry up with the. We're in the wrong place. We're in the wrong place. We gotta go over there. There's another problem. I gotta cross over this thing. Can't jump across it. All right, how's this doing? There we go. Well, what about those? You're right. I gotta get those out. Okay, the problem here, though, is I don't know what we're going to have in the center. The center was going to be a big open area. But we've got this, and we got this, and then we got this space here, which I don't know what we're going to do with that. And so at some point, we're going to have a big open area, but I haven't worked that detail out yet. What kind of big open area? Where is it going to be a big open area? And how is that open area going to be different than the one we have over here that we're going to give it? It's because I don't know that it's a problem. Well, let's see what we could do. Okay, so it goes out to there, and then we got to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that. Getting too dark to see. It feels like I'm knocking at heaven's door. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wall, and then this. But we really want this to go out to the edges, and that's over there. But if we go all the way out to there and we go all the way in here, that's no good either. Well, why don't we just follow the original tack? Why don't we just follow the original tack and do it this way? Well, there's a reason that we can't do that. Something like that. I guess this is okay. And then the idea is that inside here could be the big, giant, empty interior dome or whatever we're going to put inside here. It'll be something like a dome. But we got to first make sure that we've got room for everything else that is being set up. So this is just... But yeah, we're going to have... Now, about those blocks, we can't use those blocks up... Oh, shit, it's raining. I got to pray that... Well, no, I'm not going to pray, but... But I'm definitely not... I'm really worried that this stuff will have something happen to it. The problem is if I go to bed now, it not only won't be daytime... When I go to bed, it not only won't be daytime, but it's not even going to stop raining. Evicting them from their village, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm building a village for them. Nothing is happening. All that's happening is I think the overworld time is being manipulated. Not the Middle Earth time. Middle Earth time is not advancing at all. And so I can never sleep through the night. And it's raining. Okay, so, and I need a cauldron. I need a cauldron so I can stop the rain, but will it stop the rain here? I don't know. I mean, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to just hope that we don't get lightning ruining everything. All right, so let's chop down more trees, I guess. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? And I had shears with me, so I just ended up with 346 beech leaves. The funny thing about that is, when was I carrying... Where was it? When was I carrying the shears? Did you see me carrying shears? I didn't see shears. That doesn't make any sense. And now I've got all these extra beech leaves I didn't need. Yeah, just freaking great. Alright, well. Kind of annoying to not have clouds. That's why I was messing around with the cloud setting in the photon shader, but the photon shader goes really great for clouds. But if there's one thing it doesn't do very well, it's rain. This does rain better, but then I turn the clouds off because I don't like the clouds in this one. So it's one of those things. Maybe complementary will do better with both of them. I don't know. Oh, we're still getting stuff falling. Still getting stuff here. Here we go. Well, I'm glad for the sticks anyway. Oh no, not more of those. I'm telling you, chicken. This thing is horrible. It's all horrible. Everything, every last piece of this puzzle is a giant pile of fail. But at least we now know what we want, and we now know what we're trying to do, and we can maybe do it. I don't know. Okay, so corridor finished. Yay. And that comes out there. Now that I think of it, this is a problem because this is just a corridor, same as anything else. And we're going to have stairs going up from here, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and a space there. So we'll have this. No, not that. Not that one, but stone slabs. And then stone stairs. Now we had these go down, but on the other side, what was on the other side? Yeah, see, the other side was also stairs. And so that's what we need to do here. We need to have something that goes up, bloop, bloop, like that. And that doesn't look right. It'll be alright. Worst thing that'll happen is I'll have to redo something. 2, 3, 4. I'm still trying to think of what we're going to do here, though. I mean, if we're got a corridor in here going out to there, we gotta fill this in too as well. And then having done that, we gotta work out how big this area is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And on this side, 9. 9 by 15. So maybe we could do 7 by 9. 2 sets of 7 by 9. That's not bad, but we could put the we could put them over here. We don't need this here. Oh, except maybe over here we can put more. We could have we could look over the large courtyard and everything. That's a thought. That's not a bad thought, actually. But I think we got to work out what we're going to do with the other stuff. But I'm thinking now that maybe 2 would be better than 3. So maybe we'll stick with just 2, but this is a 3 wide corridor. But maybe we don't even need a corridor here. That's a possibility. Let's see, we need more planks. Uh-oh. Ah. Okay, so what we've got is failure to communicate. What we All right, well, it's working. It's working. This is an area of approximately 15 by 9. So what we'll need to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not 15, that's 14. What did I do wrong? The hell did I do wrong here? Ugh! It's 15. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I swear there's something wrong here. So maybe we don't need a we don't need this going out here. Maybe we can change this too, actually. Two, 3, wait. Yeah, maybe we could move that out slightly. Give it an extra couple and then... I don't know. This is a bit much to deal with right now. I need to knock down more logs. Yeah, now I'm not sure if this was done right. Yeah, see, that's wrong. It should go all the way up. Like that. And so I gotta fix all that. Ugh. Well, it's a start anyway. Okay. Boom. That just leaves my last one, my last pick, before I have to make more picks. All right, so that's we're getting there. We're getting there poorly, but it's and I'm still placing blocks that I should not. But I gotta see what I'm doing. Ah! And then there's that problem. No, you have so much to live for. Alright, here we go. And then what do I gotta do? I gotta do these both like that. Something like that. There and there, I think. And therefore this is another one. Okay, there we go. We are nowhere near finished. I'm going to have to do a lot of this work off camera. A lot of this work has to be done off camera. And but you get the idea of where this stuff is going to go and what we're going to do with it. And big, huge interior area. And a bunch of extra rooms on the second floor. And then we'll start on the third floor. And what's the third floor going to be? I have no idea. It's very likely we'll just do more of the same. More areas and things. So let's finish by going up to the tower and looking down upon our handiwork. And so the question of what about the bridge? I want to do the bridge next episode, but we're still working on this. I might switch over and do the bridge, or I might switch over and do something else. But if I start the bridge, I gotta have a lot of stone, and to have a lot of stone, I gotta dig out a lot of stone. Well, we'll look at it from a daytime point of view from the top of the tower, because that's what we'll be doing in the future with every new thing we build. Okay. Yeah, oh, it's... The more I look at it, the more I'm thinking that maybe Those floors are terrible. Maybe the top floor we can make it taller or something. Have larger rooms or something. Maybe the second floor can be offices and the third floor can be apartments or something. I don't know what we're going to do on the third floor or if we'll make a fourth floor. I think we'll stop at 3 floors though. I like where it's going so far, but I don't know what it's going to look like next. It's a very squat kind of building. What's being worked on is a very squat kind of building. And so I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll be doing something here. I just don't know water. I don't know how we're going to make it work. I guarantee you, though, that we are going to make it work. And it's going to be really something. It's just meant to be the first of the main buildings that we're going to build around here. What we need to do is we need to check each one of the squares, or the blocks, as we could call it. One of the big blocks, and then we just... oh, there's a pig over there. Dimensions of New Jerusalem. I've actually got specifics, or not specifics, that's not the right word. Specifications. I've actually got the specifications of how some of that's supposed to look. Like the measurements and everything. Because they took it out of the Bible and they made it into a few diagrams. But I'm like, this is terrible. I mean, it's good for its purpose, but it's not going to be good for a purpose of me working on it. I don't want to do that. The tower would look funny. Everything would look funny, And so we're just doing this thing the other way. So the individual blocks, So for example, down there you've got a house, and then there's a hobbit hole somewhere. Oh, there's no hobbit hole in this block, so that's good. But yeah, if we've got one that doesn't have much in it, then maybe we can take up half of it with something else. But that, for example, that takes up a lot of space. I think he thinks he owns the whole area. And I would be loath to want to build something there. But if we build anything, it'll be along the lines of the roads, really. We don't want to spoil too much of the Shire. This isn't like building the factories like Saruman is supposed to have done. We want to preserve as much of the natural environment as possible. We want to have houses and buildings and stuff. And we just want to confine ourselves to our area of the Shire. The rest of the Shire, Worcestershire sauce, we can get rid of it. Destroy not destroy, but delete the outer files when we update to a later Hobbit quarter, Dwarven quarter. No, this isn't going to be Jerusalem anything. We're going to have more than 4 block areas. This is just the 4 block areas surrounding the tower. We've got more block areas there. We're going to have some more over there. And we've got at least one in this direction past that. So it's a bigger area. The purpose of this tower is that we're not allowed to build any buildings this high, so I built the tower to make sure that this was the highest building. So anything else is going to be smaller than that. Only a couple of flowers. Only a couple of floors each. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm still frazzled from earlier. I'm still frazzled from Friday. That's all I can say. I've had to deal with so much lately, and then the bridge. Where does the bridge go? Is there going to be a town down there, or a downtown there? And so yeah, there's a lot. There's still so much to work on, and yeah, so we're done here. Thank everybody for watching. Not too many people watched, but thank you for those who did watch, and later on we'll watch again. There is a lot going on in this world. There is a lot of craziness in this world. This is such a beautiful image. I don't know what to say, but it's a record of my having done anything. Did I just see something off in the distance there? Oh, that's just the river. Speaking of which, we aren't. The river goes out to there somewhere, and then it turns left and right. But it's just so far out of range, I can't see it. Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. And we don't need shaders to do that. And we don't need Not Iris. We don't need Distant Horizons to do that, but look at how good it is getting. Oh, and I think we fixed the lighting problem there. Yep. So, see you next time. Bye-bye.